What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the 8th episode of Sama Spider. So what? This was titled Am I Dead? Well, I guess to be isekai you have to die, right? Well, you can be transported. Depends how they handle isekai, I suppose, whether they're dead or not. But yeah, the last episode started posing some questions about the situation we're in, other than, obviously, Spider leveling up and the humans having their weird internal conflict that humans just do. We now have a senior administrator D who, listening into what Kumiko has been saying, which she hasn't been saying because she's a spider. Can she actually speak? I think it's just we hear her internal monologue voice for the most part. I don't think she can physically speak. It's like Slime was in the very beginning before he got the ability to talk. I think we're not actually talking. This is our internal mind, and hence with the parallel minds, now we're having conversations with ourselves, which is just weird in of itself, but whatever. So Senior Administrator D, listening to Kumiko's inner thoughts, created a skill specifically for what she asked for, which is odd. Like, why? I'm really curious as to how they're going to do this world now, because they are making it very video game-esque with all these stats and stuff. How are they going to explain why we're here, what brought us here? How long is that going to take? Probably a long time. I feel like that's like end of the series, maybe even season 2 style of a question to ask. I don't even know how long it's going to take for the human side and the spider side to marry up, because I assume it will at some point, otherwise there's no point in doing the human side, right? So it's going to marry up at some point. I just wonder if that's going to be... Well, I imagine that's going to be quite a ways into the show. Probably like end of the season, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how the pacing is very, very slow. Which is fine. 24-episoder. But as a weekly watcher, it becomes quite slow. Which is kind of a bit disappointing. But you get used to it. I'm sure people who come back to this and binge it will not feel any of the complaints that I really kind of feel right now. It's just the curse of... Just a curse of watching seasonally and watching as they come out. It happens with a lot of shows. Even really great shows can suffer from it feeling like you're not getting enough. But, oh well. What else happened last time? Oh, right, the teacher. She's suspect as all hell. She apparently has the ability to delete, edit, or transfer skills. She did something to Hugo's skills. And now we've got another character that's offering Hugo a way back, which is suspect as well. Yeah, the teacher's weird. Something's up with her, and I don't know what. And everything she could reveal, sorry, it's a secret. It's like, why keep so many secrets about this? I guess not to incite panic, in a way. Maybe she says not to level up skills, right? She says not to level up skills. The religious girl who wants to hear the word of God or whatever, to hear her voice, is wanting to level up skills to specifically hear that voice, which is essentially the same voice that Kumiko hears that says, your skill has become this, blah, blah, blah. Whatever their name actually ends up being. Like, in Slime, that voice is Daikenja, but I don't know who that is in this series. I don't know, did we have an actual name for our thing? I've forgotten it if we do. Anyway, yeah, okay, so Hugo's probably gonna get some, like, weird power or something and, like, use it against people, and the human side's gonna be in conflict, and that'll probably do something. I don't know what that accomplishes from there on. The thumbnail for this episode, by the way, is of Shun, so great. I don't like Shun. I don't really like many of the human characters. It's just like, it doesn't feel like they're developed at all yet. And I say yet, 8 episodes in. You've got two concurrent stories going, right? And by detracting time to deal with each one, you end up with half the product on each side. Spider's side has been pretty good. The human side has felt very lacking, and almost feels... I was going to say almost feels like an afterthought, because it was source material. But still, it doesn't feel quite as well placed, and the animation quality on it and sound design of it was severely lacking compared to the spider side of things. Definitely, like the human fight, I felt like was meant to have a bit more impact, but it felt kind of flat, honestly. So I didn't really care much for it, but we'll see. We'll see how we end up going here, but we're questioning what the hell was going on with Senior Administrator D and all that. Maybe what the teacher is a Senior Administrator. I don't know why she would be. I guess because she's a teacher, she'd be in control of her class. I don't know how it works, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, enough talking. We're going to get into the episode. I've been prattling on for long enough. As per usual, these are time-based reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do, which is everything from this season and future seasons. Backdated shows like Mario to the Patriot. Patreon request shows such as Log Horizon and Symphogear. Symphogear will be coming back on Monday. There's also a movie poll going up on the 1st of March, so you can vote for what movie we watch in March. February's was Your Name, which did very well for itself, so hopefully we can get another good movie going later. Anyway, here on YouTube we do timer-based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see the timer for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. When on play you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watch this one on Crunchyroll, since that's who licensed it this season. We have no logos or anything, we're just straight into the episode. We've got a window in the human side, I think, is where we're starting. Yeah, you can use Screen Flash on my face or the mic to tell my scene's transitioning. That should help you sync it up. With all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Spacing out. Is this Hugo in the foreground? Right. That's probably a war, I'm gonna guess. Yeah. Such as the problem of being born into a family of nobility. Or royalty, even. Didn't he? We actually gonna get Hugo backstory after I ask for it? Well, we get an OP anyway. I really hope we are going to cut to, like, past Hugo. Or at least explain a bit of Hugo, because I am very harsh on him and I want him dead. But if we actually start explaining something of him, maybe I'll like him as an antagonist. Because right now I just think of him as a bit of a self-entitled. Choose your expletive here. Right. Okay. Well, depends how fresh that air is, really. Close one. Uh-huh. Yep. Hmm. Was that main character? Was that Kumiko? I don't know. He actually scored? Okay. That was very lackluster, but sure. What nickname were you about to call him? Bizarre, but sure. Okay. Hmm. Good distraction. Good distraction. Good boy, Shun. Good boy, Shun. Spooky is his nickname. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Uh. Hmm. Grilled sweet potato flavor. Okay, that's a weird one. Talk about there she is. Yeah. Just naming all of them. I'm not gonna remember any of these names. I'm not gonna remember any of their names. Just point that out. Living at the Elf Village. Okay. And we had 5 or 4. 4 dead. Okay. Right. She doesn't want to tell you anything, really. Uh-huh, sure. It's an overused line for sure. Right. I don't believe that. Hmm. What the fuck? Uh, what is this scene? How about no? I think you literally are. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Uh-huh. Uh, very weird, yes. True. Power necessary to reach Godhood. Celestial power. Additional 1,000. Jesus. God, there's so much. Runic deployment, runic formula. Oh, runics. Okay. I mean, yes. Okay. Useful. Cool. Perception, operation, transcription. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Why are pipe of all things used as an analogy there? What? Okay. Jesus. Well, yes. I'm guessing we're gonna get a third mind for this. It's gonna land on a third one? Yes, it is. Alright. What's happening? Uh. What is happening? Jesus. Corpses? Oh, hello. That's a dragon. Fire dragon, okay. Hmm. I think he's mad at. I don't think that matters. To be fair, you jumped down into this. Ah. So I'll deal against the poison venom and stuff. I'm guessing this fight will be our first use of magic. Alright. Here we go. How much is that doing, though? Hmm. Okay. Oh, damn. Ultra Mega Man's okay. Level 4 Parallel Minds. Who the hell's this? I mean, fair point. Don't do it in the middle of a fight. I wonder if that's going to be a recurring joke. Holy shit, that didn't work. Oh boy. This is honestly a very cool dragon design. And that's the end of the episode. They cliffhanger on that. Okay. Decent episode. I'm a little annoyed that the flashback scene didn't really give much for Hugo, despite leading with that. Like it said, he wasn't always like that. And they had like a little bit of him being still kind of like the way he is, but nowhere near as bad, obviously. And then they shifted all the focus away from him. It's like, I kind of wanted to see him for once. Because the scenes we added were further proof that our spider Kumiko was bullied. Fair enough. We knew that already. And then we just introduced a bunch of real world names that I'm never going to remember. I don't know, that flashback scene kind of felt like a waste. It's interesting to see the other side characters, like, calling out MCL and stuff. That was kind of interesting. Oh shit, we're still going. How much? Oh, okay, we've only got like 40 seconds. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure, we'll go with that. Nice try, show, but that's not much of a cliffhanger because it's so obviously not true. Like, okay, I get what they're trying to do there, and it's like interesting, but it's like so obviously not true that it's like almost not worth even doing to an extent. Although it's kind of important that the human side believes she's dead. That's actually kind of important though that they believe she's dead because when it is eventually revealed that she is alive, eventually, I'm sure that's way, way, way down the road. But when it's eventually revealed she is alive, they're going to be questioning Sensei a lot, like, why did you lie to us? And it's entirely possible that she did die, but became an undead spider. Just saying. Like, if we're going the Demon Lord route, she could transcend death. And she did say, I don't want to die. So Senior Administrator D could have acknowledged that request and made her not die in that instant. Or she had a trick up her sleeve that we didn't really have time for. Either or. But, like, yeah, she's not dead. If she was dead, I feel like this show would take a massive plunge in rating. Like, it's not doing the greatest rating-wise anyway, but still. It would take a pretty massive plunge, and people would care even less, because not a lot of people seem to care for the human side of things. People don't like the human side of things. They acknowledge its existence and say it's necessary for the story, but I don't see anybody saying, like, they're here for the human bits and they really enjoy them, because I don't. And again, that flashback, they led it with, like, oh, Hugo wasn't always like this, and then we focused on everything but him. What was the point? What was the point? Yes, we established our main character was bullied again. Thank you. I mean, that was kind of obvious already. Seeing all their other names, I'm never going to remember them, and I'm not even going to try and remember them, because I don't think they're important enough to remember right now. It is interesting to see how even Shun, Goody Two Shoes, how even he gets wrapped up in the name calling and the nicknames that often happen. It was interesting that one of the other friends actually called him out on it. That's actually kind of interesting. Because, yeah, you don't think there's any harm in using a nickname like that because you know who you're all referring to, but you do realise if someone overheard that, especially if they overheard that, it would kind of hurt them a little, right? So that was kind of interesting. That's the main takeaway from that flashback that I really cared for. We're battling a dragon that we really didn't have to, but Kumiko decided that she wanted to go take a close look at what the hell was happening. See, if I see a bunch of corpses like that, I'd think, you know what, no, I'm just going to continue going up. Because that's what we were doing, right? We were like, we're trying to get back up to, the upper floors from where we fell down, because we fell down all the way to the lower stratum, and now we're working our way up, because we're currently in the middle floors, and we're meant to be working our way up. I don't know why we dropped down to investigate that. Live fast, die young. That was our own motto, so live fast, explore every opportunity. Yeah, kind of fits, actually, I'll give her that. Yeah, I mean, this show really suffers from being episodic, I think. Because it's just not... It's just... I don't know. This series is so... I'm hot and cold with this show so frequently. Like, one episode, I'm like, I really enjoy this. Next episode, I'm like, I don't know if I feel it. It's so weird. It's the only show this season that's like that, really. Like, every other show this season, I'm, like, super into. Well, no. Promised Neverland is the exception. That's been a declining show since, like, episode 3 or 4. Yeah, probably more like episode 4. This one's kind of, like, going up and down a lot. I don't know how to feel about it. What is next episode title? I've already forgotten it. I can't speak isekai? I can't speak. Is she going to meet someone where she can actually speak with? Or what are we meant to infer from that? Or is she going to get isekai'd from... Well, no, she's going to stay a spider because the whole story is based around being a spider, right? I don't know. This series is very hot and cold for me, and I'm, like, into it, they're not, you know, so here's whatever, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to end it there because I really don't have much more to say to it, like, at all. So, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments before the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 lineup you can find on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.